start with the pledge.
Old and cold.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Amen.
Start now.
Oh, I don't think I did that.
No. But no, I got it. It was hidden. Go ahead and review the meeting minutes from last month.
And I'll send you those minutes. You have one thing, I'll send you a few minutes.
Yeah.
Do you have any work schedule for the meeting on that?
Looking.
February 26th? For, they're doing just different things, and we'll come back and do it in the morning, talk about the new process. You graded Alex? Did you mind?
On a road here,
It looks different, that's why I asked, it's probably just all snow
I
out.
don't think I did,
Okay.
but I did like figure it out, yeah.
Not much.
So, forms and schools last week.
You don't have those minute forms.
You're on the extra one, or you should have an extra one. Technically, it's just one of that one.
Oh, I do have it. It's getting loud.
I'm not a slacker.
Well, it's been an ongoing process, but the last I heard yesterday, that's sounding like, yeah.
Anybody want to approve the meeting minutes from last month? Okay.
I'll second.
All in favor? All opposed? Okay, any corrections to be made? And we are on the public comment. Would be you, you're the only one here.
So this is what Chris is here about, is this resolution.
Okay.
I assume, I don't know what else he's here
Yeah,
about.
that's all here, is that's the resolution where Rosedale would approve the county's hazard mitigation plan.
And this was the,
This was that plan that I talked about last meeting. You don't have to do the stuff in it, it's hard to do because, there's no money. But what it does do is it does give a plan, and it does allow us, when money becomes available, whether it's through grants or other ways, we can take action to do it, yes.
I really need to go through Reader's Digest version. I've seen it 156 pages long, and I started looking at it, I was like, oh.
Tornadoes are the biggest hazard. I know I wrote that right in the top,
But
right?
it is, like the,
I started going through it, and I was like, oh, my lord.
okay.
Then I'm trying to write my emergency
Looking at
response plan
the
for college right now.
adoption of Resolution 2026-1, resolution of Rosedale Town Council adopting Park County Hazard and Mitigation Plan for 2026. Let's this down, you guys can take a look at it. It's the same thing you got emailed.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
that big long plan, like
The
a lot of
FEMA.
pages, yeah.
So, let's put that one,
Yeah.
say what it is. No, no.
It's kind of a no-brainer, so, yeah. You read it, the whole thing? The 100+ page
I
thing,
said,
yeah.
Carol, she's reading it from picture, that's when we're cheaper. Yes, absolutely. Give me the first paragraph.
Or sell them.
We have not, we have not.
Looks good to me. Oh, gosh, that's what has it said here. Oh, good.
I already read it in the email, so.
Learning Spanish. Or you can read it now.
Hey, Carol, I got a message from Jennifer. She's writing everything
Awesome.
back.
I'll still awake.
To her mom, dad, house,
You're in college and she came in.
but that's, yeah, but she messaged me about remodeling with some contractors and plumbing and things like that. Yeah,
Say, see,
I know, yeah, so they'll be here. She just, it's Carol's niece.
That's it.
How long's that water been in there?
Well, you know, Elena's here, she's having that baby out in West Fairfield, so, yeah. I don't know, but she sent me a message, yeah, she sent me that message today, so.
Two of them. Oh, shit.
You guys just need a motion.
Make a motion to pass this. Brad?
Brad, okay.
And a second.
I'll second.
Diane. All in favor? Aye. All opposed?
Who was your second? Me? Okay. Everybody sign that, and then I'll sign it, and then I'll make a copy of it for Chris.
Do not be the first one.
It says-
That's me.
Okay.
There's not enough lines, that's just, I didn't revamp it.
That girl gets
Is pen gonna work? Am I gonna have pen issues?
Go ahead and pass it down.
I think I have maybe one.
There's a couple more.
There's a couple more over there I can try. I know I have two, I'm gonna put the trash can. If I don't throw them away now, I'll just keep surfacing.
This one works.
Oh, food issues, okay, gotcha. I need to go pay them tomorrow.
Yeah.
The controversy over there.
Yeah.
Even though you stated
Not on
inspection
there.
today.
I know, and I have a message in my
Tell them not to.
Inbox
withdraw so
from-
that-
someone asking me if I'm a moderator on the page, I'm like, I'm ignoring this message.
Well, that.
Sign at the bottom.
I mean,
You can, you must sign the bottom.
I think kid probably gets up what it's supposed to and.
Because that's really new.
No, it's not like a gas station, way too many people buying gas there. And not something else. We fill fire trucks up, police cars, my cars.
Yeah, I mean, Justin's got fuel out there.
I just got gas for Sunday morning.
You can sign at the
We
side.
filled up 3 cars on Saturday.
I should sign on the top, so
I just got gas there,
just to aggravate.
I don't know what day it was, just over the weekend though.
Yeah, board meeting
Sunday.
Sunday.
Everybody sign it.
I got gas on my way to the
It
fire.
was Sunday, 'cause it was on my way to work and I went in.
I drove my car. Work Monday.
Okay, on to old business,
I'm gonna get copies there.
the
Uh-huh.
department heads last month, elections Natalie, the election stuff, that had to be done by the 6th, correct?
Yeah, so I'll give you an update on that.
Yeah, I read it online.
Okay.
I just wanted to do anything else for that.
Here you go, sir.
All right, thank you very
Enjoy
much.
your evening.
All right, you too.
Thanks, Chris.
See ya.
Any
Thanks.
word on joint
Uh,
coming into the office and
So, yeah.
contractors?
I got my joint quote. So they're gonna take over phone lines here for me. And so I'm gonna have 2 phone lines, one for phone, one for fax, and business fiber for $171 a month. That's how much the phone bill is now. So I'm gonna be saving about $100 a month with this. And
Oh,
then
that sounds wonderful.
they're going to do a phone and internet for Michael over there, and it's gonna be about 130. And so it's gonna be better because the phone right now over there is like 130. So we're gonna save money on doing both of them. My only issue is that I am under contract with AT&T till the beginning of April on the phone lines. So we're just delaying the phone start until then, because I'm not trying to break that contract and have a fight with AT&T. We're just letting it expire and going from there. But yes, so I have all that. Thomas was here the other day. He said the response has been great in town. Everything's been good.
It's fast.
It is fast.
So much better than AT&T
just
could even
something.
have dreamed of.
We,
Is the fire department going to switch over to joint as well?
We haven't talked to you about it yet. We're still on Spectrum.
So I don't know.
Oh, I didn't even know.
I don't know, you have Spectrum.
I think that's what it is.
Sparklight.
Sparklight. Yeah, I was gonna say,
Sparklight,
I
Sparklight.
think Spectrum
Oh,
was
right.
down.
Yeah. So I will say this, I did receive the permit fee from Joint for $5,000. The ordinance does not say where we have to put that money. I reached out to Scott and asked him. I originally put it just in general other. I would like to put it in motor vehicle highway, if everybody's fine with that, because that'll help us with, community crossings matches, and it does kind of go to the street. And Scott said I could do that, he said it was good use for it, he said I could also put some in water and wastewater, but they're fine right now. So, if that's fine with everybody, that's what I'm gonna do, is I'm gonna move it to MVH.
My department doesn't get anything.
Oh,
I'm not so sure either.
it's, well,
Yeah, working it.
get ready to spend some money,
Yeah.
but yeah.
Not me. Wherever it needs to go.
Okay, so that helps me out on that, perfect.
Any update on CSX property?
No.
Okay.
Not as of now, I haven't talked to Scott, about it yet.
And we have Scott's, we just took care of the emergency management plan. Have we heard anything back from Mike about the trail signs or anything? No, okay.
Did they ever clean that trail?
I don't think anybody did clean the trail off.
No, nobody's cleaned the trail.
No, Justin was talking about doing it, and I don't
Right,
think
busy.
he needed his smaller truck, and I think it was in the shop, so.
It'll probably be melted now, so.
Whose responsibility is it?
Well, it's not-
Nobody's,
Nobody.
I mean, really
It's
nobody.
not Justin's at all.
That's just volunteer stuff.
Volunteers.
I just whined.
Oh, let me say this about the election. So no one did file for any Rosedale offices. You can still file. Everyone's term does end at the end of 26. If no one files, no one runs, then people just stay. As incumbents, you can file as an independent. You can on the general election ballot, and that filing will take place over the summer. So that's where we're at on that.
So I'm not going to run,
Right.
and I'm not going to
Continue.
continue, so
So that will open a seat.
that will happen.
Yeah. So if, since that is your plan, if one person were to put themselves on that ballot and get a vote, for the council, then they would take that slot, yes.
So if no one runs,
No one runs,
Then we have to
and
fill
we
it
have an
afterwards,
open
like they have
seat, and we fill it like we always have,
interview and.
so interview and go from there, yeah. They have changed the way town elections are, they've changed them a little bit, especially since we've all kind of jumped on the county ballots, because it makes more sense economically and for turnout reasons. So there's a little bit that's changed, but I've just been back and forth with Nicole up there a lot on how things work, because at one point, I was told that if I didn't run, they'd caucus my job in. Well, I serve as an independent, I didn't win this job in a party, so, I mean, that was kind of a matter of a contention, and so, but that's not what happens. The state cleared all that up, so. Everybody's learning on all this.
That was it for old business and new business.
You can call this new business if you want.
I don't think we're not.
Jace is interested in another new lawnmower. The John Deere is on its second season or third?
Second.
Second season.
We put about 300 hours on it in a season. Theoretically, the scabs are 10 plus, I don't know when they were purchased.
They're old.
They're old, and each year they get worse. And with us losing the budget, I thought it'd be better to do something now than later.
So he's got a couple quotes from John Deere. I really haven't gone over like a bunch of numbers. I do know this. We have sold some equipment and we've stuck it in this fund called sale of excess equipment, and there is $5,500 in there. And then, I don't know what those mowers are worth, if we would sell those.
So we tried listing the 50-inch for I think 3 or 35. No hits on it.
Right,
I think
Where
at
did
this
we
point
list
it's
Just on,
Facebook.
okay. Did we do marketplace or did we just do?
I mean, I can try, but I think that 3,000 mark's pretty high for as old as they are.
Right.
And they're in good shape theoretically, but with age comes breakdowns, and every year I know the 60-inch it breaks down every summer.
I just haven't had a lot of time to look through some numbers really in the last few
Well, I
days,
know
since we started
They
talking
gave
about
us
this.
a way better deal than we were finding before on the other ones, so,
Oh, yeah, those are good prices, I mean.
yeah.
Well, and they have a pretty good mechanic service, and that went a pretty long way with the John Deere. The only issue I've had in
They
it,
in Clinton, correct?
Rockville.
Rockville.
So we need a new lawnmower by what, April you start mowing?
And
It's
in
February,
March,
say March, you know.
March, April? So one more meeting before we can do that.
I mean, some money can come out of utilities if we wanted to.
so I had her quote 2 different mowers, a 60-inch and a 72-inch. The 72 would be a time consumer or time saver, and I'd be able to use it in the cemetery, which is what definitely takes most of our time.
You need bigger than what you got now, you really need bigger.
It's a foot bigger, yeah.
Okay.
May not seem like much, but when you're mowing that much, it's
Bouncing around in the sun.
a pretty good difference.
You bet.
so you can get it through everywhere in the cemetery.
There's only a few spots, and really the few spots I can't get in is the same spots I can't get in with the 50-inch.
So the one we have now is 50-inch.
No, we have, the John Deere we have now is a 60,
Okay.
but I'm
I
just
thought you just said 50.
throwing a number out.
Gotcha.
There's only a couple pretty tight spots out there.
Okay.
Let me see what I can do on numbers, and I can email everybody. Got a little bit of time to go through them. I mean, I'm not opposed, and
Yeah.
Can we get the other, cause we've got 2 old mowers, can we get both of those on the market and see
Well, and that's where
comparable pricing?
we
'Cause I
talked
mean, that'll
before,
help.
we didn't know if we'd get rid of both just to have a backup.
Yeah,
Well, I mean, we would have two.
I
We would have a,
72 inch.
you think you
No,
need
I know
three?
what you mean.
Basically John Deere's.
You're right. Yeah. We could list them.
Well, I'm fine, if we need three, then we have three, I just was asking, that was a question, not a,
We've had 3 employees. Well, last summer we had 3, so we had all 3 mowers running.
okay, yeah, I mean,
If you guys wanna change that,
no, I'm fine with, if we think we'll use three, then, you know, keep
but if we
three.
can put them on Marketplace, or,
Yeah.
I mean, I can list whatever, if I'm allowed, I guess. That's not an issue. We still have the grader box out there for sale
yeah,
as
the
well.
grader box, yeah, that needs to go too. So.
Yeah.
We do also have to talk about though, we haven't had a sand spreader all winter.
I need to call Jax again and
Okay.
figure something
It's
out.
been down for a while and that's a really expensive buy if we decide we're gonna get another one.
I don't know what's wrong with it.
I know, and I know it's really old.
It made a loud pop and a lot of smoke and then shut off and wouldn't start again,
Right.
so.
So, and the county's been great, he's called and he's come down and sanded when we've asked him to, and so, that's
Which
just
I
another
could
thing
always-
that I'm,
I mean, if he was super nice about it. Maybe
Yeah, I
could
mean,
get a future endeavor.
there's no one else to work on them except for Big Jacks that I'm aware of,
That's a small engine, but there's only a handful of them around.
yeah, so.
You may just have to get out there with a little bucket.
That's what I was thinking.
Everybody has to get their own bucket.
Well, I mean, he had to use the
Use the
tractor
bucket.
Go away.
the first time.
Yeah.
One
use
of
the
them's
tractor.
corn and
Yeah.
it'll all go out and throw sand.
Okay,
I don't think so.
let me do some crunching.
Jace, if you would get some pricing on that and, I mean, at least have Natalie send it to us so we can kind of see and maybe get it on the marketplace or, you know,
Okay.
listed wherever we need to.
What are you looking for?
I was looking for the bills.
Didn't know she just had to keep them.
I did not, I sent it down there.
That's not bills.
Yeah.
Those are not bills. These are just prices.
We got 'em.
Let's get it left and right going.
So, I already signed it?
You did?
We did already sign it.
Oh my
I
gosh.
don't remember doing it. Been long days.
So, any other new business?
No, I do have an ask for everyone though. So, on last month's bills, when you guys signed these bills, I had 3 insurance bills on here. And I think I may have mentioned it at the meeting, I don't know that everyone was here, or everyone wasn't here, but, the insurance renewal came through and I got all the cards for the autos, and the insurance company did not delete the old town truck and the old police car off of the auto policies. So we paid for them for 2 years. She was notified that they were gone. And she didn't remove them, and then last year they didn't send me cards, ID cards. When I got ID cards this year, I caught it. So these bills, these prices for paying the town package policy on last month's bills, this is not how much we owe. So I deleted out these APBs and the new amounts are on this month's. I just want everybody to initial on this page that I'm letting you know that I did not pay those bills last month. We ended up with $3,800 in credit.
I was gonna ask if we got money.
Yes,
Yeah,
we
I
got
got
$3,800 in
cash.
credit towards the new policy for last year's premium and the year before. So, yes. And she did admit that
Just
I did send it to her, cause I was like, here's the email, and you responded to this email where I sent you updated inventory and removed them,
Yeah.
and they did not do it on their part. So, the updated pricing is on here, so it was a $3,800 credit we received from the insurance company, so. This is just my, for when I get audited, and they ask me why I deleted those out of there,
Diane, for waste, for water, not waste, water sewer.
I don't wanna waste it, so I don't.
84 penalties.
No tags, no shut off.
No shut off for non-payment. It's too cold really to shut anybody off. We had a few tags, didn't we, Jace?
Okay.
Yeah, we called mostly. And
Okay.
if we didn't have a phone number, we maybe had 3 or 4 tags. Yeah, just put 3.
6 or 7, how many was it?
6, 7, yeah.
Hey, Julie.
Jace, is everything okay at the wastewater plant?
I got a call from Langley, Skylar,
Okay.
maybe yesterday, if not, it was yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
The alarm was going on off at the South Pump House. I contacted Rob, he said he was on his way.
Okay.
That's the only issue I've known of.
Okay. Okay, Rob's not gonna build this one. Okay. No water issues.
Not this one.
We did really well through the cold snap.
No freezing.
We had one leak at Vicky Weitzel's, changed out the O-rings in the meter and fixed it.
We had, we did have a couple people, Jace did have to shut off that had pipes burst.
Frozen.
Yeah,
Yeah.
frozen pipes. That was on them. I think we did really well through that.
Got lucky.
I think so. Water tower. We need to get back to building the
That
shed for the
was
water tower.
literally what I was getting ready to ask.
Yes.
Is
We
when
need that
that's,
building, the water building.
weren't we working with UP on,
I feel like that was a trades thing. I
It
don't
was
know.
a trades thing, and his demands were pretty high, they needed a work party out there, and they wanted, he just never got back with me, and,
Well, I suggested they just build it, several, and symbol it out
Mhm.
there. What do you think about that?
no, we're, doesn't have to be very big.
No,
How big does it have to be?
8 by
What are we
10,
talking?
wasn't it?
Yeah, I think 8 by 10 would be plenty of room.
And we're buying the supplies, right? And they're just.
Yeah, I mean, we
Built
would.
it.
Yeah.
Why don't we just ask the Amish to make it for us? I mean, they have those
The only
little,
problem
we
is
don't even
anchoring
need
it
a
to the
bit
ground.
windows in it,
I don't think it needs a window.
just a little door and go in and.
Mhm.
I mean, what would be the problem with anchoring it to the ground
There is some electrical and water lines that run through
right underneath it?
right underneath it.
Could we just not put a couple rebar posts down and,
That'd be
Anchor
something
that
to bring
way.
Gary in with, and
And then
he'd have to give some ideas on what he thought.
you need floor or just put gravel?
I mean, realistically, I thought build like a post frame, just 4 posts, and then frame it up and put the walls on to be done.
That's what I figured we were doing, and that, you just put, or you
That
could,
way you're putting 4 holes in the ground, you're not
yeah,
throwing rebar in, because if you hit electrical with the rebar, it could fry a lot of
yeah.
things, and that'd be very bad.
you know.
Okay, so. we can-
Do we have any roofing around here laying around?
No, and I don't know if
We
I'd
might have some in there.
probably just go
Yeah.
like a metal shack, really.
Yeah, it's just
Something
like,
we can,
That's literally more to cut the wind from blowing up towards the
Yeah.
upstairs.
I think every 475 or something, it takes about a day to put together, cause all
how
this,
tall are they?
I mean, I can stand up in the middle of it.
So you'd have to be like 7, 8 feet-ish.
Yeah, I mean, I could touch the top of it, but I mean, I'm reaching for it. I mean, it's probably 7.2 maybe at the peak. But it does take a minute to get them all put together, cause they're all, like, they're little bitty screws. And they're screwed, machine screwed all together all the way up, but it takes a minute to put them together, but you get 2 or 3 guys, it a couple hours. And there's no floor to those either. You just have to anchor them to the ground.
what is that?
A little room.
It's like a little metal
Thank
thing
Carol.
Yeah, she
with
right
buy them in the boxes and arms and you put them together.
I got mine all pulled out.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but
We
we
got
could probably
sliding doors
buy
in the front,
Sure.
you can walk.
that little
Mm.
shed from Amazon. Did you
It's
have an Amazon?
consuming.
Yeah.
Or is it just a wood building?
No size of shit.
Frame
You
it
go look
like that?
She's too young, she really don't want anything outside.
We do, we have a
I
business,
think
we have
they're-
a business
I mean,
Amazon
when I got
account
mine,
that I
mine
pay
was like
$9.99 a year,
$4.50
business
That's
prime.
what I paid for it.
And
It'll run
it's
my 14.
$299 a year, but I got a deal for the first year and after everything inside, it was like 10 to 43.
I mean, I haven't been down to get in it,
Also,
you know, cause it's not very tall, but once you get inside
Yeah.
it, the peaks ain't high enough to where
Free
shack
shipping
can
and
stand up. Get the walls, they're kind of orders, I mean, it's just how it is when it comes down.
probably wouldn't if we had to, we could always, because it's really a battle of keeping the wind off of it from freezing it.
It's a terrible design is what it is. It's a terrible design currently, so.
And you could,
So,
drill the posts in there and just screw it to the posts on the inside, once you get them set.
I will say this, we've been talking about the farmer's line off and on. I did have a conversation with Nancy P. About, we know that this is the north line, we have a good handle on who's on that line. And then she's on the line up to the West Hill. Her dad was one of the heads at one point in time. She does say that she has some maps that would be helpful to us. She's supposed to bring those back down to me to make some copies for Jason and I haven't seen her yet. She did tell me that they do still have meetings as a separate water group and that they have a board. She said it's Lee Wood, her, and Jim Eddington. Lee moved, he's living in Terre Haute now, and I don't have a good phone number for Jim Eddington because I was gonna call and ask some questions. She said they also have money for repairs and things, but she was not very forthcoming on, she definitely didn't wanna pay the bill for the materials when Joint hit everything. She said the name of their water group is West Side Water Sales. That's the first I've heard that name. So I'm still doing some digging. I'm still trying to find out more about it. I'm waiting for a certain customer to come in that'll have some insight after I give him that information. But it's just
What's a West Side Water Sales?
right. I don't know.
Now, I can send you a number.
Thank you for that.
Well,
Fantastic. Is that just
That line.
That's just that line, not this line.
And
So
how
I
far
know
does-
everybody that's on that line now. I have a good handle on that's only like 7 houses. So, yeah.
So how far does that line go?
That's the line that goes all the way out towards Rooks Road and down it, and it goes down 350 and
It's almost Lambert.
yeah.
There's a house that if you're not looking for it, you ain't gonna see it, and that is where it is.
Gary Stahl's house.
Yes.
Gary Stahl's is the last.
And then it goes down to Newman's, somewhere in there, and then it goes down to almost Whatnots.
It ends at Williams's.
Yeah, before the hill.
Yeah, David Linda's is the last house. Yeah. So it goes out pretty far. So I don't know. We're just gathering information.
we've talked before about charging,
We did, and we can do
Everyone.
that, and we can do that. But she's saying that they have money, and she's saying that in the past, if they had to fix something, that they repaired it themselves, and that Jim has done the repairing. And so I do wanna talk to him, I have some questions for him. But, I mean, we haven't repaired a line, with the exception
That
of
was
what
the first
happened with
time
Joint.
Since I've been around.
I haven't, I mean, we haven't had to fix anything in a long time, but, we have had issues before. So, cause we have repaired because we don't wanna lose our water,
Right.
so, it's just something we need to clear up before it drives me crazy.
Okay.
I'm already there.
Where are the Newlands having?
Hmm?
Newlands having a leak forever.
Oh, crazy.
And then I had Tom Brown out there this time.
Well, then they added other building onto it, so, just the service at the house, so that, because they can't get on the main line. So, cause where I'm at there.
Anything to report on the street?
Okay, we are coming into, we wanna do a community crossings application this year, I assume. Those applications will go out in July. So HWC is doing something different this year where they're going to visit customers and talk about preparing for that. They are coming here on February 26th at 9:30 a.m. Cody hopefully can be here. Jay should be able to be in here.
Switch it around.
And I'm preparing for us to have a good match. I would like to do a big project before we start losing some money. So, I mean, right now, I feel comfortable to say we could have an $80,000 match, which would be a $400,000 project. And that's a big one. That'd be the biggest one we've ever done. Because our other project was, well, maybe not. That first one we did was pretty big, but since the match is now 20%, since the match is 20% for us instead of 25, $80,000 would go pretty far. But we've stacked a lot in MVH restricted, and we have quite a bit in our C-edit funding. And then, if we use that, if we put that $5,000 from joint into MVH, that shores it up with that and the property tax money that I put in there the last couple rounds of property taxes. It's coming back. So, and we shifted some of Jace's salary back out of there. So, there is some money to use for matching. I think that
What roads are we thinking about?
that's what we need to start thinking
Well,
about.
Talked about
Talk about
other half
completing Maine.
Maine.
If we
Yeah.
section some out,
No, just
It's a
from the
bit.
beginning of Maple and Central, I would do about 100 feet of that, and then please finish South Street.
Finish where?
South Street,
That's my street. You can't do
Oh,
my street.
you know that, why?
it needs that.
Yeah.
It is
100%.
bad, but I think that's a mute point.
But the two worst spots in town is probably South Street and the beginning of Maple.
Going
And then you
into
go
Central.
into Map Street.
Yeah.
and-
It's really not too bad the rest of the way around, but.
No, it's truly that first 100 feet. I would
Yeah.
redo it, and the rest isn't that bad.
So hopefully when they come in at the end of the month, they have some ideas on what costs are running
Really
and
just
things like that, because that makes a big difference. So,
I think they
Yeah.
need to
No.
do that whole fucking area.
Were they the ones that did the kind of after they
Another
gave
20
us
years.
what they determined were the worst?
so they do our camp, yes, they do our camp, and
So-
we need to review that, so you and I need to go through that and see what's rating the worst. We don't have to, you used to have to do your worst streets first, but they've changed that, and now it's like Main Street, everyone has to drive Main Street.
Yeah.
So if they're really heavily traveled roads, you can put those above your worst streets. I mean, our worst streets are gonna rate like Sinclair, there's one house on Sinclair, Lowell's Lane, those are gonna be some of our worst ratings, I would guess.
Lowell's Lane,
Map is not great, yeah.
Map's
Vine is not good,
like a roller coaster.
yeah. So that's all street department kind of stuff for community crossings. Jason, I would really like to get the pipes in on Vine Street.
I talked with Jake and Josh about that. That's gonna be a spring project.
Okay,
The only thing I believe I need is one section of pipe to make it the distance.
okay,
I'll get that from Park County Ag.
I'm for what?
Vine Street, between Main and West Street, in front of her rental, there's been pipe in a ditch for years.
Oh,
it's not connected, and
just lays there.
it just.
are we going under the road to that ditch?
I'm going driveway to road,
Mhm.
yeah.
I mean, most of the material's already there, we just need to get them installed. And just fill over them,
It'd be nice to clean that ditch out a little bit
Yes.
over there.
it would.
I don't know if that's our
The
responsibility.
ditch, are you talking about the ditch along the field?
Uh-huh.
I don't know. Tom Spain was always talked about if it was a legal ditch or not, there's different things with ditching. I mean, Jace could probably clean a lot of that out with the excavator down the edge of
It'd
the
probably
field.
take me to go all the way or 2 days.
Just to get it flowing really well, yeah, so, that's Josh's part of the field, so.
Yeah.
Speaking of cleanup, we are coming into
Oh, yeah.
spring, so
So,
town cleanup is imminent.
but I would say if we are gonna clean that ditch out, I'd say we need to do it before the field goes in, which won't be till, but,
April.
yeah,
Do we usually do that?
into April, beginning of May,
So I think we had to push it into May last
we
year.
did.
Yeah, let's make it.
And I know the year before was
I think your
kind of
post
trying to schedule it
this
as
year
well.
needs to indicate this is within city limits. We have
I mean,
a lot
we
of
always
people
do.
from outside of town.
We did have some people
Last
from out
year.
of town last time, you're right. We did pretty good on dumpster space though, because we had a dumpster that still had space in it, and that's the first time that's ever happened.
And mattresses. Why not
Maybe we
do
don't
that
post it on
mattresses?
Facebook this year, maybe we just post some notices and put it on our website and.
Yeah, maybe that's a good idea, Diane, put it on our water bills, we try to put it on our water bills. I've actually had some people come by and ask me
A
already.
lot of those would go outside of town as well, that's it.
Well, yeah. I don't mind if someone from up the hill comes,
Yeah,
but, I mean,
we request.
We have people
yeah,
county line that come in with a truck and trailer loaded
yes,
with,
yes.
I mean, I unloaded for 45 minutes.
Yeah, so and that's, we haven't really had a big problem over the years, that's the first time I feel like we've had a big issue. So, and it was kinda bad last year, but I felt like the cleanup overall worked pretty well, so.
I did too. It was a steady stream.
Yes, it was.
We didn't have to wait too long.
It went by fast.
So cleanup, we wanna say sometime beginning of May.
Yeah, usually, we wanna do it late April, beginning of May, depending upon weather.
We always have Mother's Day and.
Mother's Day is May 10th.
Mother's Day is May 10th, times it.
Yeah, Mother's Day is May 10th.
Which that'll be a fireman's breakfast day as well, so.
The first weekend in May is prom, so that's a bad day for me, bad day for Diane.
Bad day for Brad.
Bad day for Brad.
The last weekend of April is not gonna be good for me or Brad.
That's not good
Which
for
one?
me either.
The
Well,
last
that's
weekend of
fine.
April, it's Top Chef.
I have my.
I
hands
figured
full
you'd
with
try
that
to find somebody that could actually cook.
right now. I will be out of town on May, I will be out of town May 8th through the 10th. I just don't know, guys,
We can't do May 22nd or 23rd, that
because that's graduation, right, so you know what, maybe we need to go earlier in April.
Yeah.
Easter's on the
First weekend.
5th.
Yeah.
Maybe we need to try to shoot for the weekend of the 18th or something.
Sounds good.
I will be gone that weekend.
Oh, loud.
I wasn't here
Oh, you
last year.
can't miss
either.
your first one.
Well, last year was my first one and I was gone for that one.
Oh.
Yeah, you missed the
But
first.
I just think with the conflicts coming up for like the next, and then
Yeah.
getting into May, you
The
know.
first weekend and then the last weekend of May were no good, correct?
The first weekend of May is no good. The next weekend is Mother's Day weekend. I'm out of town that next weekend, so you guys can have one without me. That's fine. And then
Oh, no.
then
Is
you get
Justin
into
in town?
then you get into graduation. No, he's with me.
Oh, well done, then.
That's alright. Yeah. And then you get into graduation weekend here. This graduation's the 22nd, and the 23rd is all the parties and all the functions of the weekend, and that's Memorial Day weekend.
And then
So
the 30th would be, yeah.
that's kind of late. Yeah. So,
Ooh.
so I don't know.
What about April 11th?
I was thinking the 18th. What about the 18th?
Shoot.
I won't be here, but.
Oh, you won't be there. Oh, that's right. Okay. All
We'll
right.
go ahead and have
I'll
it.
be
Either
fine.
way, either
I can
one,
manage it.
either
I
one.
can
Well, let's
supervise.
shoot for
We're gonna do
that.
it.
Is that, you can come down and talk to you.
Shoot for which one?
Is that Earth Day too?
Okay.
Earth Day is usually the 22nd, so the 18th would be great, and of course, you know, so.
Okay, let's do April, everybody say aye. Let's go.
Okay.
You're close.
Got it.
I keep doing it.
I'm gonna try to make that
8
happen.
to 12, is it?
It's usually 9
Oh,
or 1.
good.
Oh, well.
You've had-
9 to 1. I like that one.
Yeah. And that's actually before,
Still have
typically the first day for Little League and stuff out of the ball fields is usually that last weekend in April, am I
So
right?
it's probably gonna be freezing.
Yes, I agree, I
So it's the
agree,
18th.
so.
We
So-
had
It's usually the
January
25th, it
last
would usually normally be like the
2
25th.
years ago, it was cold
my
last
daughter
year,
and all my car to do.
cold at the start, but it got real nice.
It did get nice, so yeah, you just can't predict, so.
It might be snowing.
What day?
April 18th,
So, yeah, no, no. 9 to 1.
Oh, I thought we said April 11th.
I thought it was the 18th. Diane's going the
So we
18th.
just have it in April.
We don't have to decide tonight,
No.
you can just say it's gonna have to be in April this year because of everything else.
Well, it's a little later in the month, so it might be warmer, so
Right.
let's go there 18.
Okay, that's fine with me.
See?
I like actually
It's
having
a
that stuff
Sunday.
on my calendar now. It's a Saturday. That's a Saturday.
Yep.
Well, we better check with the,
I would like to get some dumpsters scheduled now, because I'm not so sure that my dumpster friend will be in that job much
You
longer.
said May 18th?
no, April. April.
I will say, it is very likely I will not be able
I think you and I said,
Because
you know,
I-
pay attention.
to, will be taking
Again,
good option,
Oh,
so.
Okay. Okay,
2
well, that's
weekends
fine.
in a row is
That's fine.
probably not gonna happen.
Okay. April 18th is our tentative day.
I want to go to
It's good for me.
Lombard too, but
So,
Oh,
I should, you should. When is prom?
wow.
prom is the first weekend in May. May the 2nd, I believe. Yes, May the 2nd. May the 2nd for Riverton. I don't know what for, usually that same weekend though for Park Heritage. It's usually pretty close.
Barbara, do you have anything for the park?
Nope,
No.
but what's going, have we talked to Scott about?
No, but I was gonna reach out about the basketball court, cause I would like to do that in the spring.
So.
He's retired,
Is he? Okay,
yeah. But
that's why.
I think we can work that. Hannah just had her other baby too, so she's not been in.
She's up for you now?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Hudson, Caden, and Jameson,
Oh, my goodness.
another little boy.
Oh.
Yeah.
She's brave.
So
Yeah.
crazy or brave, one of the two.
Yeah, whatever. Left for me.
So yeah.
Oh, she's young, she.
Brad, fire and police.
Fire had a total of 19 runs. Fires, there was 5, I'll give you this. One structure fire, went back 3 times, or was that 5 times?
3 times that they actually toned us on, and we went back on our own a couple.
Yeah, yep. That was a tough one. In one mutual aid, there was 12 medical runs, 1 accident with injury, and then 1 disregard. On the fire side, on the police side, for the month of December and January, of course, we knew Michael was gone, for a little bit. And, so there's one accident, 1 domestic situation, a brush fire, an open door, and 3 traffic stops.
Are we getting that new fancy report yet?
Fancy report.
Yeah, didn't we talk about getting a different report?
This is everything you got from Darla. You need like printed out.
Oh, I can get the new one, yeah, you can start that in February.
We have access to that one.
Yep. It'll have a detailed,
You guys use
redacted, as far
you
as
guys use RMS at all?
people's names and
Right.
stuff, but it'll give a detailed report as to what it was and
No,
what
we
happened.
didn't do anything different here.
Cause I can pull that, it's just a matter of,
We do the fire department too. I'd rather us just try to do it.
There's a lot of Christmas
Huh?
stuff out there.
Breakfast Sunday.
Thought about putting
This Sunday?
first on, if they want that Christmas. stuff.
Breakfast Sunday. Okay.
Could get it.
And then Easter and Mother's Day will be the next 2.
And I do have breakfast on the
On the website.
website already, and the Civic Center's spring clean is also up.
Okay. Well, when's the spring fling?
The
April 18th.
That's what
what
I'm
I was
wondering.
thinking.
Is it?
I don't know.
Where did I see it at?
It sounds.
Apparently it's on the website, Cody.
it is.
Do you know, Jace?
So no breakfast tomorrow?
ninth, I don't have my phone, so I can't tell you.
Right.
really sure.
I'm looking right now.
I might be able to pull
You
it
have it
up.
on the website, right?
It's gotta be fun.
I should be able to see it.
It's huge.
I have to, I can't see.
I might be able to pull it up in my messages. in my-
Let's see here. It would be under community events.
I've got it. It's April 11th.
Oh, okay.
Send to
9
that.
a.m. to 6, so yes, that was
Okay.
close.
Okay.
Sit down to that bowl with
Okay.
So April 11th, 9 to 6. All day.
Not
Need
spring
render
cleaning.
space so you can reach out to the Civic Center.
No, thank you.
Somebody might want to sell something.
Yeah.
Bud?
I know, I'm not gonna do it.
Right.
Hey, Natalie,
Yes.
you have our new contract.
Yeah, it's in your mailbox right there. We've all signed it. You guys just need to sign it. There's 2 copies over there.
I'll get it signed this weekend.
Okay.
Properties. Any
Carol has a property list.
I have a list for.
Michael, did you by chance talk to the fire people?
Yeah, I got, they're gonna, as soon as they can get an excavator in there,
Okay.
she said that when the fire, before the fire happened, well, while we were there,
Okay.
she goes, that was the plan from the get-go,
Mhm.
is get an excavator in and, you know, clean the property up, and now since the fire happened, it kinda got the process started for them.
Okay.
But with the thaw that's going on, put a 20-ton excavator in there just to pull it down, it's gonna do more damage than cleaning it up. As
Okay.
far as road damage, property damage, you know, because if they have to unload it on the road, which they're gonna have to, the way it's going to, it's gonna tear the road up.
You tell
You
me
know.
I'm the cheapest man around.
I don't know if the mini will get in the basement.
The mini will tear it down, but yeah. But okay. I'm
But if
glad
they
you
get a
talked
big
to her.
enough, if they get one that's medium sized, especially if it's rubber track, they can do it, but if they get a steel track,
Are they gonna try to do it themselves?
they're gonna have it hired out. I mean,
Oh,
that's what
okay.
they said, they're not
Okay.
gonna do it themselves. They're gonna hire somebody, but they're going to get
Okay.
the process started by themselves.
And
Okay.
is this the new fires or whatever?
The ones on the quick claim deed, the ones that are right,
They
I
have,
guess, to the east of them.
yeah,
Or-
they haven't
Yeah.
filed the deed,
Right.
but,
Like
yes,
they
but
spend-
they are the owners, yes.
Did we get, is the tape put up around it?
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
I drove by the other day.
It's taped up. Did you tape it up or did they?
I
Okay.
did.
Yeah, Michael did.
It says sheriff's tape, but,
Very
you know, it's all, kinda all I have.
I know, like-
police tape.
But Roscoe's renowned to
Do what?
cut down houses and basements, and they just
Well, and it just,
shove it all
that's
into
what we
their
had,
own.
it's like, no sense in buying police tapes yet until we get rid of.
I'd just say, well, I kept it 15 years down the road.
Yeah.
Other how that wood all started
Yes,
rotting.
Properties.
Carol's got one.
Okay,
Got
well,
one.
I mean,
That's just gonna give them.
For sure.
that place is a basement.
Michael, did you talk to,
I haven't talked to them.
you haven't
yet,
talked to
no.
them yet?
But we're
Okay.
gonna get that process started too.
Okay.
I mean, there's a Corvette back there, that, there's 70 South Corvette that probably doesn't run, BMW probably doesn't run, it's
Well,
not plated.
but it doesn't, with the windshield broken out like that, it's not drivable, right? You can't consider that drivable.
No, I mean, if it runs and they can move it, then we get into the whole 20 days
Right,
as far as that goes.
right,
And,
okay.
but once we can deem it inoperable, then we can start removing them.
Okay.
You know, but we'll get that process started, give them, you know, the standard, you know, hey, what's your intentions,
Mhm.
you know, type thing, and try and get them to tell us what's going on.
Yeah,
And
so
then
he
start
called,
tagging property,
yeah,
tagging the
Hey.
vehicles.
listen, so we talked about the blue house at the bottom of the hill.
I talk
The
about it all
cars,
the time.
yes, he did call the other day, and he said that it was his understanding that he could have as many cars as he wanted, and there is no number in the ordinance, I mean, it doesn't say you can't have a bunch of cars. He said as long as they run and have the plates, I can have as many as I want, correct? And I said, I'm not going to answer that question. I said, I think you're going to have to wait for some guidance from law enforcement on the ordinance. So, which I did mention it, Michael and I talked about the other
It
night.
doesn't say how
So-
many cars you can have. that
Right, it
they're
doesn't,
not if they're inoperable, that's one thing.
right,
But if they're running and driving plated, you could have 70 cars in your yard. It doesn't say anything about you can have X amount of vehicles in your yard, per the ordinance anyway.
right.
Well, I was out there all insured.
Well, no, I'm
Well,
more
there were
likely
other
than not.
where the
all the things,
ordinances.
so Michael's gonna go back down there and talk to him, but yeah.
It's time to rewrite. Time to rewrite that.
It's needed attention.
Yeah, not to single that out, but like, I mean, if we need to, we've talked about rewriting and going over ordinances, and I think that's something that we really need to do, is start tackling maybe 2 to 3 a month, and just making sure they're updated, and then getting them digitized, and then they'll be on the website as well, as we,
I thought we had that one figured out, that one and the property.
That one is fine, yeah, that ordinance
I mean,
is fine.
Scott
So,
worked on that.
yeah, Scott gave us those are off the state statute, those are fine, so, that's for Michael then, so.
But yeah, there's probably some more.
There is probably.
Is there a
We heard when the gas
property across the
station
street from
was
you?
down.
What's going on there?
What'd you say?
The property across the street from him. I just wonder what's
Foreclosure.
going on.
The
They got a
bank is-
dumpster and it looks like they're getting rid of everything. I don't
There.
know.
That's a foreclosure.
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So nobody lives there anymore?
West of them.
Okay.
I think it was that.
Yeah, go.
Oh,
It was after they left.
Yeah.
My dumpster was
Yes.
full.
some people were in there.
Yeah, they're, it's in the bank's hands now, so, yeah.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
Really?
Well, I was supposed to do it on 1 month, cause I was working, it was kinda, it is what it is,
the one we talked about earlier.
but it was the date for the following month, so it was December.
Tractor trash.
We went there with the bank to change the laws.
I don't know who the trouble tracker is.
Tractor trailer. Helps or not,
Mhm.
pick up.
What she did?
Mhm.
I don't know.
Oh, Main Street.
Yes.
I didn't know that either. So then one night I was coming home from the hospital and seen a truck in front, like facing east, with 4 ways on them. It was in some shit out front.
Yeah, it's
The
just
house, the door faces
the
the
new
north.
trailer trash.
Yeah. Then we work for the bank and we're going around and picking up homes, just taking shovel one time. So we started
Oh, yeah.
So we went through,
midnight.
is it my turn then?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm working currently on the annual financial report, my favorite time of year. I've had our capital assets updated. Larry Tippin does that for me. He's wonderful and he's worth the payment of trying to figure out what the whole town is worth. He does a fantastic job. So I'm currently working on that. I will be out tomorrow, State House tomorrow, with the civic engagement group that I've been working with. So I will be in Indy at the State House. Andrea is covering. And I'm working in the annual financial report. I got an insurance audit going on. And
Busy girl.
yes, very, very busy. I think that's all.
Well,
Oh,
Josh, thanks for thinking of this.
Oh, okay. The last one they did online because of the snow and I didn't participate in the online one. That's too hard for me, so.
Okay. You got that.
Mhm.
And do you have the updated Pam from?
I do,
Okay,
yes,
so-
I can send it
I
to
was
you,
gonna
I
say,
can email it to you.
if you email
Yeah,
me that,
I'll email you the
me
stamp and then
the,
I usually
old
print it
minutes.
out, I think I printed it out over there, so
That
in the
way.
minutes, Cody, okay,
like what those
website,
added.
okay.
And you started planting out the cemetery part.
No.
Well, I mean, we planned,
to get
if
on
we did
that
that, we
too.
just, I mean, that's just gonna be a.
I do have a lady that had I do have a lady that likes to sell 4 plots in section D, she's just in Arizona, and I'm waiting on new cemetery deeds, I had to order some more, they're out. And they changed the language a few years ago on that, so I don't really know how to facilitate the sale of the, she's gonna have to sell them.
Does she say how much she paid for them?
She did not. She also had cemetery lots in Rockville, she's got all kinds of cemetery lots. So she's called literally every 3 days. I've got to call her tomorrow.
Well, I wonder if
I
we,
just haven't had, this is something that, I understand maybe it's urgent for her, but it's not been super urgent for me to try to sell her plots for her.
yeah,
So,
I mean,
yeah.
she could put an ad in the paper. up
Well,
there if
and
she
I told her, I
wanted.
said, all I'm going to do is put a Facebook ad
Yeah.
saying, or, and on our page it says, hey, someone has 4 plots together in section D, call the office and I will provide her phone
Yeah.
number. But I haven't had time to facilitate that.
But I mean,
so.
she's had them for a long time, and we just bought them for her original price, and
And we could do that too, I don't
Yeah.
know, if that, I thought about that, if we wanted to buy them from
if
her,
we have,
but,
you know, extra
yeah.
money to do
so,
that.
maybe, so. Okay,
While we are on the topic of Facebook, we will just go ahead and make it official with all the, I mean, we've said we were gonna do it. Let's just call it, it's done. Facebook will be,
I say we just take it to an information only
Yes.
page with no commenting.
Oh,
I mean,
People
I always
can-
turn my things to no commenting, just because the babysitting is out of control.
yeah, I love getting notifications at
Well,
like 3 in
a
the
few
morning.
of the businesses, and we could probably put on automatic, you know.
Well, even that, I mean, there are several businesses that aren't even in Rosedale that
I know, I decline them all the time too.
post 3-4 times a day, and it's like,
No,
I do not have time to
Yeah,
babysit this at this point.
it's a lot.
If they would like to advertise, get a hold of us, and we have a website you can advertise on.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we can officially knock that down to just information. If you have interest in keeping up with the town and information, definitely go
Right,
to our website, townofrosedale.in.gov, and sign up for notifications there. We'll put a post on the website or on the Facebook as well. That way people can link to that anytime there's any kind of emergency stuff. It'll all be there, and we can even send out an email or text notification for that. And it's a pretty handy little tool, so.
it is.
Natalie, did you see the email I forwarded you about ISO? I sent it to the .in.gov email.
Oh, yeah, I never used that one.
Well, it's the only one the fire department
Okay, alright,
has, and I
okay,
couldn't,
alright,
remember
I'll
that.
check it tomorrow.
ISO audit's gonna be May 12th.
Okay, okay. I can do that.
Are we gonna work on our bathroom?
Yes, and Jason and I just talked about that, and I have a list, and I'm going to hit Menards and pick some things out,
Alright.
so, yeah.
I don't remember, I told you, but Barb and I were talking about it, and we thought one bathroom would be.
That's
safe.
Well,
what,
we
yeah,
talked
that's what
about that
we
in the
decided
meeting.
too, yeah, we talked about it in the meeting.
Like a couple
Okay,
months
last
ago.
one.
Yeah.
Well, no, it's been a couple months, I think.
Yeah.
Cause yeah, it was
No,
December.
Jace did some measuring, we just talked about it, we have kind of a plan, so.
I think what would be nice, especially we do the floors in here,
Right,
if we can keep the plumbing in there and put a
Yeah.
mop sink in
right, that's what you.
easily,
Yeah.
and then, you know, if we do even vinyl plank flooring, something,
Yeah, that's what we've
in
been
here,
doing with some
we
other
could
things,
have
so,
a mop
yeah.
sink and easily to,
I'm worried about these floors.
Well, Jason's a little worried about that too. We'll have to see when we get them uncovered.
I'm thinking there's dirt and everything.
And he's kind of peeled it up yesterday and looking at what was
Maybe
underneath
some
the
brick.
floor. Jason's a little concerned as well.
I mean, it could be cleaned, and they make self-leveling agent that you can put down, like,
Cute.
it's
Oh, look at that.
not terrible. Actually, everybody's here. I'll get Michael's later. I got you 3. I need yours, and I'll get Natalie, pictures for the website.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've already got you guys. Yeah, I did you 3
430.
before, and Brad wasn't at that meeting, and I,
You know, if you
Alright,
look
okay.
below that, that's
Well,
fine.
Okay,
I'll take a picture right
Did
here.
enough with measuring on it, so.
alright,
So,
And just knowing.
Okay. alright, yes, thank you for giving
Okay.
me that.
Use this one?
oh, yeah, no.
Let's see.
Motion to pay bills.
I'll make a motion.
Yeah, okay.
Everybody.
All in favor? Aye. Motion to adjourn?
Brad,
And
I'll make a
Did you do that?
Carol Brown. All in favor?